Right now, I would like to continue the interview and the connection. And right now, it's going to be with Bjarke from Climate-KIC. He is leading the Climathon program, and I'm very excited to show him what we are doing in Egypt.
Hey, Sam.
Hi, how are you doing?
I am doing great. How about yourself?
And very well. We have been, as you see, connecting with Climathon makers from different parts of the world. We just spoke with Paola. Earlier, we spoke with Eddie and Fernando from the LATAM Climathons, which is super exciting that they join up. And what we want to hear a bit is more about the Climathon program and how at Climate-KIC this program has been changing all over the years, and then how you're experiencing Climathon global stage this year.
Thank you, Sam. So the Climathon global stage this year I think is probably the best global stage we've ever had. So I think there's a lot of great people, and just listening to Paula also, I think it's very, very exciting to hear also what she said about actually Climathon being this platform where citizens, where young people, old people from different backgrounds can actually meet each other. They can discuss some of their local climate challenges. So I think sometimes we get caught up in, we have all these global challenges. So obviously climate change is global, but we also have some more local challenges that I think it's because it's closer to us. It feels like something that we can actually start doing something about. So I think that's very empowering to people, and that's obviously also why EIT Climate-KIC is still developing the Climathon program, also to make it available in more cities to more people and get more people engaged. All over the year, all over the world. And you asked also the question about how the program has developed. So I think it very much started in Europe. So obviously EIT Climate-KIC is a European organization. It very much started actually looking for startups, for solutions. And since then it's turned into to being actually much more than that. So it's still about obviously ideas, and we want to solve some of these local climate challenges, but it's also about raising awareness locally, actually getting people involved and making people aware that we are facing some serious challenges in our own city, and that we can do something about it. And then it's also about bringing people together, so creating new ecosystems where people can meet. And if their idea is not the winning idea, or at Climathon, or they decide that they don't want to take the next step with that idea, maybe they have other ideas, and maybe they start working together after Climathon. And then obviously we still want to be the platform where you can start some of the projects that might be implemented later on in your city.
Exactly. So that is the true spirit of a Climathonian. Thank you so much, Bjarke. Perhaps you can tell us a little bit about what happened yesterday in Herning in Denmark, and how you participated in this Climathon live happening there. What was the thing that surprised you the most?
Yeah, so yesterday, like you said, I was in Herning, which is a city here in Denmark, and it was really amazing to be part of. I think we had more than 140 participants, so it's just amazing to see all these people together in one room. And what surprised me the most is actually probably a thing that I shouldn't be surprised about, but it is actually something that surprised me, because we were mixing people. So there were people from different parts of academia, and there were some people outside of academia. And at first it was kind of like people stuck to the ones that they knew, and they were kind of like, okay, I'm just going to be in a group or in a team with this person. But then because they were nudged a little bit to say, hey, why don't you go and find somebody else, like someone with maybe a different skill set than yourself, they actually ended up in groups where there were really great dynamics. And I think at first they were kind of like, okay, how is this going to go? But then after a few hours, they were so enthusiastic, and they were working on their ideas, and you couldn't even actually stop them, almost like to give them some updates. And when they were having breaks, they still kept working. So I think that was just so amazing to see. And like I said, it shouldn't surprise me, but it still surprised me kind of how you can still get people together from different backgrounds, have this kind of I think many of us have this kind of idea that, oh, I can't work with someone that's very different from myself, and it's always difficult at first. But then when you get across that hurdle, you can actually create something that's even better than maybe what you could have created with someone that looks very much like yourself.
Exactly. But this is what Climathon is all about, like new surprising ideas, new surprising ways of working together, and actually innovation. Like innovation means that everything is in constant change and we are developing. So I actually would like to tell you a little bit about what is happening here in Egypt in the Alexandria Library. And I will take you down the stairs to show you a little bit of the library. And we are going to go to a place where a group of African youth is working, and they are like doing, actually innovating, creating and new materials, to get inspired, and they are like upcycling materials. So I will be moving around. And so
Yes.
bear with me. But in the meanwhile, I can be showing you a little bit of the amazing spot that is hosting the Climathon Global Stage 2022. This is the
Amazing.
Alexandra Library, and this year they are 20 years old since the reconstruction of the library. And as you can see, it's an amazing spot with a lot of like iconic art and books. I am right now in the conference center, but in front there is a library, there is a planetarium. I mean, here we still have the remainings of amazing ancient thinkers like Socrates and Plato. And this library was actually um, reconstructed several times, like I think 3 or 4 times because of war.
Yeah.
But it still remains here in the same kind of a space in front of the sea, and it is really a true inspiration, because right next to the library there is the Alexandra University. So students can easily access the library, and besides accessing the library, they have one of the largest lecture spaces for reading and being in his, learning, acquiring new knowledge right at the library. And
Okay.
another interesting fact that we learn is that the library contains a super intelligent computer that captures databases from all over the world and can do mathematic equations in
Amazing.
minutes. So actually, having data, climate change data from all over the world captured in the library, students can access it and predict, have different models of what will happen in cities, which is super exciting because, as you know, data is key to take decisions. So
Definitely.
this is the only library in the world that offers this facility and this like super huge intelligent computer available for the students here. As you can see in the
Amazing. And
background,
Sam, can I ask you one question before you
absolutely.
also go in? So I was just thinking, because the way you describe it, it's truly an amazing place. It's both like it has a lot of new, and like in terms of technology and everything, but it also has this history of like a lot of, you said, like a lot of great thinkers. I think Climathon brings together a lot of great thinkers. So how is it to be and have the global stage in such a space? Can you feel that adds something extra to that?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, looking at these people work together, And yesterday they had discussions about climate adaptation and climate mitigation. They are really, really focused on Africa and the very specific problems Africa faces, financing being one of them. They
Mhm.
are super engaged. Let me tell you that behind me there is a caravan of youth African leaders coming from all corners in Africa, from Malawi, from Kenya, from Ghana, and they are all coming to Egypt to be part of COP27 and have their voices heard. So
Amazing.
right now, they are actually mixing with students from the Alexandria University, and going through some creative processes where they actually gonna learn to recycle and upcycle plastic materials, which is super important. I mean, they are not only are just here to exchange knowledge, to build a community, but they are actually gonna leave this room with a concrete product that they can perhaps
Amazing.
bring to their countries. So
That's amazing.
yeah.
Yeah, that's so amazing. I think that's so great to hear. And again, also kind of like I think you said it before, also like how these different people from different parts of here it's Africa, right? But again, it could be from different corners of the world. I know that's how COP obviously is going to be, and bringing a lot of people together. And I think when you bring them together, and like you're doing here, giving them that space to really explore, okay, how can we actually do something and learn from each other, and they bring different fields of expertise and insights and knowledge from where they're from. So it's truly amazing.
Exactly. So we have been connecting live today from different parts of the world. And I will ask you and all our audiences to stay tuned, because we are going to be connecting. We're going to be interviewing each of these African youth leaders, because they don't come here only with words. They come here with concrete projects and
Yes.
solutions on the table to help their countries, their cities advance towards a more climate resilient, you know, country, city, even the continent, and they
Yeah.
are working together on that. So stay tuned, and you will be hearing more about what is happening from Egypt at the Alexandria Library.
Perfect. Will do. Thank you, Sam.
Thank you,
Amazing.
Bjarke, and I'll see you tomorrow for
Yes.
the panel discussion on, again, enabling citizen participation. So please be ready for tomorrow with like spicy questions, and I will also introduce you to some of these
Yeah.
youth leaders
Perfect.
again.
I'm ready. I'm definitely ready for tomorrow. So I hope if some of the people watching, joining the panel, or also have questions, please do send them to us. And again, I'm definitely ready. And I think just for everyone out there, I just wanted to share one last message, if I can, before I leave. Is really for everyone. I know there's a lot of climathons happening this weekend. I just want people to be bold and be creative, and really try to understand some of the challenges that we're facing before they jump into to working on solutions. So really try to understand, why are we actually here? Why are we talking about this challenge or this problem before you go into solving it? I think that's so crucial. So again, like you said, Sam, I'll be seeing all of you tomorrow for the panel, and much more is coming up today. So thank you so much for letting me join you in Alexandria. It was amazing, and thank you for the tour as well.
Thank you, Berke. Stay tuned, keep watching live, and I will see you tomorrow again.